Good evening, folks, and welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina in Concord for the Schneider Lubricants 195, the second round of the Blue Piston Racing League, presented to you by Misfit Media in the trucks on Friday nights. We have been here last Sunday with the B Cup cars, with the B cars, the Xfinity cars, and tonight it's the trucks' turn. They pretty much run the exact same schedule in this Blown Piston Racing League. So the B cars are running on Sunday nights the week before, and then on Friday nights the trucks follow that same schedule. So we are here in Charlotte, North Carolina for that second round. So let's go and take a look at the situation as it evolved from the first round in Talladega. The driver standings are on the left side of your screen there, with Justin Gahn, the winner of the first race, up top of the standings there. He is not only leading the points race, as you can see, by 61 points. He won the race, and he led the most laps during that first race. So he is currently our DXP frontman, as you can see underneath there. And also, Justin Gahn is also locked into the Sweet 16 for the final few rounds of the season. He is already locked in there with that win. A win will lock you in, as they say. On the right side of your screen, you can see the team standings there, with Torque Wrench Motorsport leading by with 39 points over BLC Motorsports. And obviously, the teams will be able to fight for their own prize here this season, and I believe there's quite a few teams with 3 or 4 drivers in there, and I am told there's still some openings. So anybody that's interested, find the website for Blown Piston Racing League and see if you can join in. We have a really good-sized field here tonight. It looks like we are having 47 cars in practice, and that means, folks, that we're going to be doing a heat race before we get started with the main event. The qualifying session is about to start. 5 seconds left in practice. The qualifying session is about to start. The drivers will be able to do 2 laps in qualifying. And that means that 35 quickest drivers in the qualifying session, they will be locked in to the main race, the feature race. And the final 8 positions will be battled over in a heat race. I believe the heat race is 15 laps. That's the only thing I didn't look up for tonight. There you have our first driver on the track. That is Avery Wilson. He was quickest in the practice session. So it's important for these guys to be up there in that top 35 so they won't have to go through that heat race. And as you can see, we're already getting under the lights here in Charlotte. Let's quickly bring up some information on the track and the situation we are at, brought to you by Wise Choice Contracting. The track is a 1.5 mile D-shaped oval, as you can see. The current the current ambient temperature, I should say, is 80 degrees. 55 degrees is 55% humidity, partly cloudy sky, and 11-mile-an-hour winds. And that might be of somewhat influence. We have a track temperature of only 82 degrees. That is very cool compared to the ambient temperature, and that makes for a little bit less slippery conditions. So that is good for the drivers, actually. All right, so let's take a look here and see what Avery Wilson is doing. He is currently the quickest driver on track with a 30.030, and it looks like we are seeing a whole bunch of times coming in there already, with Andrew Mraz in the second spot there, Travis McDaniel, a familiar name, Mike Perry, our defending champion from the first truck season, Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend there, up in 5th position. There you have Jordan Berry in the number 51 car, and he's being surpassed by Rittenberg there. At this point, we have a whole bunch of drivers there getting their times in. Scott Wise there in the 31 car, Ryan Branshaw in the number 16 car. And let's see, at the bottom there, we have some drivers that are just getting started here. That is Brian Fallon in the 08. It actually says 98 on his car, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry, it is the 98. That is Jeff Figlin. I was looking at the wrong driver here. And let's see, we have Michael Eddie Sproul currently setting a time here. He is driving the number 50 car, Barrett Flo in the 800. And we have Jason Kratke. We saw him last week, I believe. Dominic Capilupo in the number 11 car, currently on track trying to set a time. He is currently not yet in. The 34th driver is now Dominic Capilupo. So being pushed down to 35th already. So he is currently still in. And now he's not. He's being pushed down to 36th or 37th even. Let's see, Jason Branch here. Oh, paint job loading a little slow. Jason Branch in the 22 car, always a top driver in this series. We've seen a lot of him. He made it to the playoffs last season, and Jason is getting ready to go out there. Let's take a quick follow here for Jason in his number 22 Navy car. Jason is a veteran, and we appreciate his service, obviously. And he is getting ready to get a qualifying time in, and he, as by his own words, always tells me that qualifying's not his strong suit, but hopefully he can get it in that top 35 and make sure he doesn't have to go through the heat race. We currently still are awaiting times for Brian McDonald, Troy Profit, Chris Scala, Kenny McCullough, Caden Oakes. Jason is working on it, and Brian Rainville. All right, let's see where Jason brings that first lap. He is actually 42nd, so that would mean that he is not secure to be driving. He will need to go through the heat race. And as we watch the clock here, Branch has got himself in 34th position there. If he is not being overtaken by anybody else, he will be in, and qualifying is officially over, so Branch is in. So that leaves us with Tommy Ryan, folks, winning the pole award, brought to you by Cop Blue. The pole award for the fastest qualifier will be going to him. All right, let's quickly move on over to the heat race grid. There you have the heat race grid. Andy Kochilova is on the pole here currently. Let's go and see if we can find him actually on the track. No, not yet. But we can find some other cars. Eddie Sproul in the number 50 is on the second spot there. The second row will be for Matt Miller and Don Milkovich. And the third row will be for Corbin Siemens, Jeff Figlin. The fourth row will be for Jason Kratke and Jason Nicholas. Scott Wise there on the fifth row together with Robert Ballard. Then Brian Rainville and Troy Profit on the sixth row. And I believe that Troy Profit should be in 13th position. I don't see him yet. Well, they're moving off, so that means that everybody is on track. It looks to me like we have 13 drivers instead of 12. No, my bad. He is the 12th driver. Andy Kochilova on the front row there together with Eddie Sproul, Matt Miller, Don Milkovich, Corbin Simmons, Jeff Figlin. And we're a little surprised to see Scott Wise here in that heat race. But it's a strong field, obviously, and this is going to matter. So the top 8 of these drivers are going to be entering the race, and that means that we're going to send 4 of them home after this. And I'm not really sure where Troy Profit is. I do not see Troy Profit currently. Profit would be the 915 car, and I don't see him. 15-lap heat race, no yellows in this heat race to make sure that we're not spending the entire night here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the pace car is in, folks. We're ready to get this heat race underway with Andy Kochilova in the lead here currently. There we go. They nicely waited for the call on the radio. Andy Kochilova in the 93 is heading the pack into turn 1 here. There you have him, the 78 of Matt Miller. One of the regulars of the series in second position. Corby Simmons here in the number 022 or the number 22. Don Milkovich. And already coming under threat of Jeff Figlin here in the 98 car. Then it's Jason Kratke with the 202 of Nicholas up top. 3 wide, folks, for that final position to go into the feature race. Ooh, the number 16 coming along there. That's Brian Rainville. That almost went south there, folks. There was a little bit of touching going on, but they're making it work. And currently, the number 60 car of Brian Rainville is in 8th position, and that means he is actually in the race. All right, we once again, we're missing Troy Profit, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on with him. Matt Miller is overtaking Andriy Kochilova. Let's see if we can bring that back in a replay. There you have him coming off the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. He is getting ready to go underneath the 93 and picks up the lead. Matt Miller in the 78 car. And he actually has the lead as they cross the line there. So let's go back live. Miller is pulling away a little bit from Kochilova there, running the quickest lap time with a 30.18 on lap number 3. And they headed into lap number 4 now, and it looks like Kochilova is coming back up again in the draft. Corbin Simmons in 3rd position there in the 22 car, and Milkovich in the 39. in 4th with Figlin in 5th, Scott Wise in 6th. That means that Scott is in the race. And Jason Nicholas there in the 202. Ooh, running a little bit wide there. Brian Rainville currently in 8th, and that means Brian Rainville is the last guy here that is pretty solid in the race right now. Jason Kratke is in 9th, Ballard is in 10th, and Sproul is in 11th. And that means that we're going to lose the Kratke, Ballard, and Sproul if they would finish in this order. Kochalova is challenging Miller again, coming down into lap number 6. Pretty much halfway into this heat race already. Kochalova picks up the lead once again. I'm fairly sure these guys are, you know, it's all about bragging rights up there at the front. It doesn't really matter because the first 8 will go through. But it's always nice to be able to say that you brought home a little something here. A win is a win. And obviously the positions that they are reaching at the finish line will determine their spot on the grid on those final 8 positions as well. So that would put Kochalova on the 36th spot and Miller on the 37th. And once again, let's go and take a look here at the final position here. Brian Rainville, and it looks like Jason Kratke is closing in on him. So Kratke still in the run here for something. It looks like Eddie Sproul has got a little bit more difficulty keeping up here in that number 50 car. He is about 3.5 seconds behind, and Ballard is behind him by about a second. So let's keep an eye here on Kratke. Kratke is in 9th, and it's now Jason Nicholas that has been passed by Rainville for that final spot there. The 202 of Nicholas is the final driver here. And that means that Nicholas needs to be mindful of what's going on behind him there. Jason Kratke in the number 9th position. Let's take another look up front here. It is still Andy Kochalova that is leading the pack in front of Matt Miller. Scott Wise is still running in 6th position there with Brian Rainville behind him. And we have, looks like we have Corbin Simmons. Had a little incident there. Not sure what was going on. Yeah, there was maybe a slight touch there. Not sure if there was, but it sure looked like it. And Corbin Simmons has picked up, or I'm sorry, Jeff Figlin has picked up that 3rd position. Rainville is behind Wise and not really giving him the hardest of times, and that's okay, obviously. They just want to make it to the race. Kratke still in the 9th spot on the outside looking in. All right, lap 11 already for the drivers here. Matt Miller is now back in the lead. Looks like Andy Kochalova is having Figlin there right on his bumper. Looking to come to the inside there. Oh, he's not pushing through. And it looks like these guys are pretty disciplined here. Nicholas is still in 8th position with Kratke about 1.5 seconds behind him. So it looks like Jason Nicholas is fairly secure here. Scott Wise picked up 5th position. Don Milkowicz has dropped back a little bit. He is now in 7th in the 39. Not sure if something happened to him. We can try to find something if there is anything. As 32 of Ballard brushes the wall. That's a different incident, obviously. Ballard having a little bit of trouble keeping up. Milkowicz is in 7th. Nicholas is still in 8th at the back end there. And it looks like these guys are getting a little bit more racy. That 22 is getting in trouble here. Ooh. That looks pretty bad. That 22 is getting in trouble. Let's see if we can figure out what's happening to him. He is behind Kochalova, who's dropped back significantly. He washes up into the wall, and from the fact that his front wheels aren't turning, it looks to me like he might have some sort of hardware issue at home where he cannot control the car. And we're on the final lap now. Matt Miller still in front. That means that Jason Kratke is now in 8th position. He's in. And Ballard is the first car that is on the outside. So, kind of surprising that Milkovic and Kochalova leading there for a little bit, and he could not maintain that pace. Scott Wise actually in third position now, behind Jeff Figlin. And that's how they come across the line, folks. Miller, Figlin, Scott Wise, Brian Rainville, and on the outside we have Ballard, Sproul, and Corbin Simmons in the 22 due to his crash there. All right, so let's bring up those results for that heat race here really quickly while the drivers are going to be going into a warm-up of a few minutes. Matt Miller takes the win here in the heat race. Jeff Figlin, Scott Wise, Brian Rainville, Don Milkovic, Andy Kochalova, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, Jason Nicholas and Jason Kratke, and those 8 drivers are going to be moving on to the feature race. We're going to say goodnight to Robert Ballard, Eddie Sproul, and Corbin Simmons. Troy Profit did not take the start in the heat race. All right, folks, the warm-up has started. It's just going to be 2 minutes, so we won't even see all the drivers on track, I don't think. It is just a little, getting yourself pumped up for the race. We see Brian Rainville already called in it a practice here. We have Jeremy Rittenberg here in the number 26 car out on track. Andrew Moore is behind him there. We have our defending champion Mike Perrer in the DXP car. Jimmy Thorndike in the 13. Looks like he is doing a good job here. Perry now moving into the top time here. But as said, a lot of drivers are not even out on track. It's just a 2-minute practice to get us going towards the feature race. And there we have the final minutes ticking away. We're getting ready here for the Schneider Lubricants 195 here in Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina. Second round of the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League. Getting ready for the race here, folks. And that means we're going to go through the grid with you. Tommy Ryan is our pole sitter, and that means he is tonight's Cop Blue Pole Award winner. Tommy Ryan in the number 6 car on the pole position. All right, so alongside him, it will be Andrew Mraz. Then on the second row, we will see Brian Fallon and Barrett Flo. Then on the third row, Avery Wilson, Justin Gahn, the Andrew Moore and Brad Ellison will occupy the fourth row. The fifth row, Randy Yoakum and defending champion Mike Perry. Sixth row for Caden Henry Oaks and Anthony Handley. The seventh row will be for Chris Scala and Randy Bledsoe. The eighth row for David Dolliver and Michael Schroeder. I'm sorry. The ninth row for Ryan Branshaw and Aaron Gerwitz. On the 10th row, we have Jeff Ryan and Jordan Berry. Then on the 11th row, Travis McDaniel, Kurt Rittenberg. 12th row, Guy Snyder and Jimmy Thorndike. On the 13th row, Casey Duncan, Kevin Nicoletta. The 14th row, Dominique Capalupo and Jeremy Rittenberg. The 15th row, Kenny McCullough and Michael Shore. 16th row, Eric Ransley, Ryan Douglas. Then it's Brian McDonald and Jason Branch on that 17th row. 18th row for Ryan Nicoletta and Matt Miller. Then we have Jeff Figlin and Scott Wise there on the 14th row. The 19th row. The 20th row is Brian Rainville and Don Milkovich, Andy Kochalova and Jason Nicholas on that final row there, with Jason Kratke as your 43rd qualifier at the back end there. All right, full field for tonight. That hopefully is going to spell some fun racing here tonight. And we're looking to get ready behind the pace car here. Tommy Ryan, once again, your Cop Blue pole sitter. The Misfit Media Blown Piston Truck Race here's round number 2, the Snyder Lubricants 195. We are getting ready to start this thing. There we go. The call is out and the drivers are hitting the gas. It is Andrew Mraz on the high side there in the 28 car that looks to be nosing ahead of Tommy Ryan already. Well, Tommy is still on the inside there, side by side going through the first turn with the 08 of Brian Fallon right behind. And the 08 is actually looking bumper to bumper there with the 6 and already coming to the inside of the 28. Careful, guys, it's all really close already here up front. Andrew Mraz coming around the outside again. In 4th position, we have the number 1 car of Avery Wilson. That is the white car you're looking at. Then we're looking at the 800 of Barrett Flow. Andrew Moore in the 77. Justin Gahn in the number 30, the winner of the first race. Caden Henry Oakes in the number 19, Randy Yoakum, and I'm actually kind of wondering, oh yeah, there he is. I didn't see Guy Schneider yet, but he's back here in 20th position. Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend in the 51, is in 22nd position. Let's go up top here, because it is Andrew Mraz challenging Tommy Ryan, and he is currently the quickest driver on the track. Now coming to the inside and getting ready to pick up the lead. Still side by side here on the backstretch. Tommy Ryan's not giving up all that easy. Andrew Mraz still in the lead, now slotting in front of the 6 car. Caden Henry Oakes in the number 19, currently the quickest driver on the track, improving that fastest lap time. Mraz in the lead. Justin Gahn in the 9th position. Our last week's winner in the 30 car. And let's see if we can go down through the field here a little bit. Scott Wise has already picked up 4 positions. He's currently in 34th. Jason Branch in 32nd. We have a driver throwing up some smoke here in front of them somewhere. Not sure who that is. That usually, if it's like that, it usually indicates a bit of a connection issue where the computer thinks the car's not there, then puts it back on track and smokes the tires a little bit. On lap 6 of 130. Field is still very close together here. And it looks like things are settling down a little bit. A little bit of a gap there towards Justin Gahn. He is running ahead in that second group. number 30 car. And more side-by-side racing further back in the pack there. That's Kenny McCullough in the 03 Gulf car. Just picked up 22nd position. And it looks like Branshaw is getting by Handley right here. Andrew Moraes and Tommy Ryan are swapping positions once again. And the 08 of Brian Fallon is right there along behind the number 6. The 6 now slotting up to the higher side. Avery Wilson looking to get involved in this as well. And then we see the 800, the Caterpillar machine. Barrett Flo in 5th position with Andrew Moore in the Gulf livery. Number 77, Caden Henry Oakes, and Randy Yoakum at the tail end of this group in the number 8 car. Tommy Ryan still up top. Brian Fallon now in 2nd. Avery Wilson has passed Andrew Moraes as well. Andrew now in 4th position. The 08 starting to challenge for the lead there.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag is out. Let's go and figure out what is going on. That is David Dolliver in the 23 car that looks like he's getting turned around. And it is always a... Let's bring it back a little bit further. There you have it. He's up high there. And he's actually trying to come down to get behind that blue car, and then kind of misses the fact that somebody else is right there by him on the side. And it looks like David Dolliver is into the pits. Somebody else, I saw somebody else flying around. That was probably Brian McDonald that flew over there. Very unfortunate for these guys. And in big fields like this, that tight-knit pack, that is always tricky. Well, I'm afraid it's a little bit early for our lucky dog rule to be going into effect. Andrew Moraes actually going down pit road here. That is somewhat surprising. Justin Gahn doing the same thing. Chris Scala. We see several drivers coming down pit road for some fuel, because the thing is, we are going to lap 35 for the first stage, and I was told that the fuel window would be somewhere from 27 to 30 laps, so it is actually not a bad idea to go and grab some fuel and be done with that before we get to the stage end at lap 35. So I think Andrew Moraes is making a pretty good call here. And as are the others coming into pit road. And let's see, the 23 and the 60 might have had a wave around there. Let's go see. No, those are the guys that were in the pits. At least Dolliver was. Brian Rainville may have been in the... No, he was not in the pits. Did Brian Rainville get the lucky dog? He may have. I'm not sure. I'm just going to give it to him. Lucky Dog sponsored by SFI. Graphic acting up a little bit. Sponsored by SFI, by Schneider Lubricants. And it looks like he was the lucky one. All right, so our first yellow is out. And for the yellows, that means we get to take a breather. If my computer cooperates, there we have it. Superior Templating sponsors the yellow flags. Lets us take a breather here before we go back to the action. And you see Brian Rainville going down pit road. Also, Eric Ransley is in pit road. He's actually on his way out. Figlin has been in the pits. He's on his way out. Byron McDonald is on his way out. Did not take a fast repair. It doesn't look like it. And up there ahead at the pack, it is Brian Fallon in the 08 that is leading the pack. So let's take a quick look through the order here. Kenny McCullough is currently our Hard Charger. R&R Enterprises sponsors the Hard Charger Award for the driver that gains the most spots in the race. So currently in this race, it is Kenny McCullough that is looking good for that one. And obviously, we've had some people that were leading laps. Unfortunately, it is not possible for me to exactly give you how many laps they led, but I will say that Andrew Mraz has probably led at least some of them. I know that. That means that our Frontman Award, he is picking up for points for that award. It's going to be given out at the end of the season, so whoever leads the most laps during the season, that driver will be picking up that DXP Frontman Award in this Misfit Media sponsored Blown Piston Racing League, the trucks on Friday night. And it looks like Brian has opted to line up at the outside there. That is his choice. He can do that. And we see the entire field lining up side by side here. Don't believe we've lost anybody yet. Scott Wise is still on his way out of the pits. And I hope he makes it before we go green to catch up with the back end of the pack. We can see that on the track map. There you see them coming. They gotta hurry, because if they lose that connection, it's going to be hard for them to catch up. It's not like Talladega, but it's definitely an issue. If you lose contact with the other drivers, you are going to miss that draft, and you're going to be on your own and slower than the rest. We are racing. Brian Fallon hits the gas in the 08 car, and he is taking the lead here in front of Tommy Ryan in the number 6, Avery Wilson in the number 1, Barrett Flo, and Andrew Moore. Mike Perry in 8th position, already picked up a few spots here. Kenny McCullough in the 03, the Gulf livery. He is the hard charger at the moment, and he is at the tail end of this group here. Looks like Justin Gahn is just having a little bit of trouble catching up, although I would say he is still in range. Brian Fallon, currently your leader, with Tommy Ryan charging hard behind him. Taking a little bit of a look there, but he's not really diving to the inside. Tommy ran very strong last season, ran very strong last race. Always a force to be reckoned with. Kenny McCullough there duking it out with Jeff Ryan in the number 3, and it is Andrew Mraz that's behind him there, charging up there, up through the field. And it looks like working together there between the 03 and the 28 is working. They're slowly pushing forward. Kenny has gained another 2 spots there. Now catching up with the 25 of Travis McDaniel and the 16 of Ryan Branshaw. 3 wide here. Ooh! 3 wide, and it almost went south, and it looked to me like Kenny just backed out of that to make sure that didn't happen. Dropping back a couple of spots there right away. Justin Gann catching up with him. Avery Wilson pushing past Tommy Ryan there for 2nd place. Brian Fallon still in the lead. Tommy Ryan now there on the outside in that black and yellow car. Barrett Flo also black and yellow in the 800, the Caterpillar livery. And then it's Andrew Moore in the Gulf livery, the 77. Randy Yoakum in the number 8, right behind him, and then it's Caden Henry Oakes and Mike Perry with Andrew Morass working his way back into the top 10 already. Andrew is doing a very good job here. He may have taken some tires on that pit stop too. I can't remember if I saw that or not, but he's charging. He's working his way back to the front. Now coming underneath Caden, and passing him for 7th position. Working his way back down here, now on the inside of Randy Yoakum. He's just picking them off one by one. Avery Wilson side by side with Brian Fallon for the lead. Lap number 24, so we have 10 more laps in this first stage. The stage will pay out some extra points for the drivers that are in the top positions. Andrew Morass now moving up into 3rd position, folks. I think he is looking for that stage win, and with his fuel being okay, he should be able to make that. And the fact that some of the others didn't pit may mean that they believe that they can stretch it far enough to make that first stage. And I'm a little doubtful on that. I usually try to find out what the fuel, what the fuel window is. Oh, we have another caution. Let's go find out what's going on. The 33 and the 39. And a 39, that is Don Milkowicz. The 33, that was Ryan Douglas. Let's go and find out what's going on here. Milkowicz on the backstretch. And it looks like the 33 just comes up to him trying to get to the outside line. Unfortunate. I don't believe too many others were collected. We see Douglas and Kochalova on pit road. Douglas there on pit road. He is waiting for the tow to expire, and he'll probably use his faster pair. And that means Brian Fallon is still out there in front, and it looks like everybody is now deciding to go down to pit road and get that fuel and maybe some tires. Let's see, Andrew Morass is coming right back in with them, because, hey, if they're going, they might as well. The only one that I believe is not coming in is Guy Schneider in the 28 car, and he has been in the pits on lap 12. So he should be able to be good on fuel, and this would be a strategic move to be up there at the top positions for that first stage. Mike Perry did the same thing. Mike has not been in the pits at all, as if scoring tells me this correctly. And Andrew Mraz now in third position. That means he came out of the pits first. We have a lucky dog there going by, as you can see. Oops. That is Byron McDonald in the number 35. He is our SFI lucky dog. I hope that connection won't go south on him. All right, so Guy Schneider leading the pack around the track here under yellow. And once again, folks, that gives us a little bit of time for a breather with Superior Templating LLC. Now Mike Perry goes on pit road. Did he miss the entry just on the first time? He was on the lead lap, I believe. So, not sure why he's doing that. All right. So if we are looking at the hard chargers situation, the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award is at this point in the hands of Guy Schneider. Oh boy. So, it looks like the lights on the pace car are not out yet. That means that we won't go racing before lap 30. And that means that we'll only have 6 laps for the conclusion of the first stage. You'll see guys get a little bit more racy once we go green, because they like those stage points. They like to pick up a couple extra points. It definitely helps them in the point standings. And if you don't win a race, you're going to have to work your way into that final 16 by points. And it looks like the lights did go out. We see somebody coming out of pit road there. That is Matt Miller. No, that doesn't look like Matt Miller. That is Byron McDonald once again. He has been in the pits, so he's back on the lead lap, that's for sure. So, as said, going into lap 30, we're going to get the green flag. We're going to do 6 laps to complete the first stage here. Look at a beautiful sight there. Huge field of trucks. Very successful league at this point, Blown Piston League. They have two championships. This one with the trucks on Friday, and then on Sunday nights we do the B cars. Same thing there, full fields. This coming Sunday we will be at Gateway with those cars. Base truck is in, and Guy Schneider hits the gas. He is ready to go. It looked like Mraz had a bit of a wiggle there, and it looks like Guy Schneider is pulling away a couple of car lengths there. That really doesn't mean all that much at this point. They'll catch back up with him with the draft. There you see already they're closing that gap. Mraz is already looking to give him some trouble there for the lead. Both running with the 28. Mraz scored as the 028 and Schneider as the 28. And there you have it. Andrew Mraz already going by Guy Schneider there. Ooh, the 08 almost ran into the 28 of Schneider there. 3 wide once again, folks. And it looks like we're missing Guy Schneider. What's going on? What happened? It looks like he has scuffed the wall there. You see him washing up. And I will commend him for keeping that truck in the wall and not taking anybody with him there. The damage is not even all that bad. Well done for Guy Schneider. The yellow flag did come out. Let's see if there was another issue. Yes, there was. There was an issue with the 51. The 51 is Jordan Berry, so let's go find out what happened to Jordan Berry. It's actually not Jordan Berry, it's the 8 that is being turned around. That is Randy Yoakum, so let's bring that back for you one more time. The 8 and the 15. There they have it. They're coming together, and that sends both of them spinning around, and several guys just not able to get past that. Very, very, very unfortunate for these guys. The 15, folks, let me see if I can figure out who that is real quick. That was Chris Scala, the number 15 car that got together there with Yoakum. All right, so we're under yellow once again. Several drivers heading for pit road. Not the leaders, and the leaders are going to finish this stage under yellow, it looks like. And that is always a little unfortunate, but that's how it is. And that means that Andrew Mraz is going to be picking up that first stage win. Trying to see if we have a lucky dog. Currently can't tell. Yes, we do. And it is once again Byron McDonald that is your lucky dog, folks. Sponsored by SFI. He gets to go around and go to the back end of the field. And all of us get to take another break here at the Superior Templating yellow flag. Not sure what's going on here. Don Milkowicz is currently 23 positions up. So Don Milkowicz is currently your R&R hard charger. And he's tied for that with Jason Kratke, but since Don is up higher in the field, that means he is up for that award currently. Andrew Mraz, obviously, he'll be picking up some points for the Frontman Award. And folks, I'm not sure if you are noticing that, but it looks like every now and again we have a bit of a connection problem. I hope it's not too bad. All right, one stage down. The next one, the second stage, folks, will end on lap 70. So another 35 laps, and we'll be doing this again. Hopefully, we can finish that one under yellow. Under green. So another thing that might be noteworthy for you as the guys are lining them back up. We have one faster pair for each driver. As you are probably aware of in this series, we have 6 tire sets for them in the race to play with. So once they've been in the pits for that 6th tire set, they will not be able to change their tires again. And we acknowledge Misfit Media for sponsoring the series on Friday nights with the trucks. And obviously, we also acknowledge Snyder Lubricants for sponsoring this race here, the second round in the Friday Night Truck Series in the Blown Piston Racing League. There we go. Pace truck is on pit road, and Andrew Mraz is the first one to hit the gas. Looks like he is pulling away a little bit there. Brian Fallon on the outside, coming down now to claim second position in front of Tommy Ryan and Avery Wilson. Then it's Andrew Moore in the 77. Caden Henry Oakes there in the 19. Brian Fallon already coming to the outside of Andrew Mraz there to charge for that lead. Ooh, little bit of a touch with the 08 scuffing the wall. You saw the sparks flying up there. That's the good part about racing at night. You get to see that pretty good. Avery Wilson in 4th. Barrett Flo there in the 800. He looks like he's been hitting the back. But it doesn't seem to hurt him all that much. He's in 6th position. Mraz is holding on there as Tommy Ryan now pushed into the 2nd position. Brian Fallon in 3rd. Tommy coming to the inside, into the tri-oval. And it looks like Tommy Ryan picks up the lead here, lap number 40. Andrew on the outside there with Avery Wilson coming to his inside as they come down the backstretch. Side-by-side racing. Same for the 19 and the 08. Avery Wilson now coming to the inside of Tommy Ryan for the lead, going into turn 3 and 4. The 19 of Caden Henry Oakes is coming up strong as well. And as we've seen in the first stage, we're not going to make that full stage on one fuel tank, so we're going to be looking at pit stops before we get to that before we get to that stage on lap 70. But that's still about a little over 30 laps away. A little under 30 laps, I should say, 29 to be exact. Wilson and Caden Henry Oakes there, followed by Tommy Ryan, Brian Fallon, Barrett Flo, Travis McDaniel. He's doing a good job working his way forward. He is up 15 spots from his start. That still does not make him the hardest charger, because that at this point is Jason Kratke. Jason here is there in the 54 car, and he is currently your hard charger. Caden Henry Oaks now going to the front, picking up the lead here. Lap 45. He's running pretty strong, I will say. Avery trying to look at the inside there. No, not coming in. Okay, let's go and take a look at some other drivers. We have Justin Gahn in the 8th position, leading the second group. About a second between them and the first group. We have Andrew Mraz now in 14th position. Casey Duncan. We have Scott Wise in 18th position. He has gained 20 positions. Oh. We have another yellow. Let's go figure out what's going on. It's actually ahead of these guys. Let's see here. It looked like it was Figlin. What? That's not right. Oh, give me just a second, folks. See if we can figure this out here. I can't figure out who it was, really. I mean, the 33 was involved, but it was in front of him, and I can't get it figured out. Replay system giving me a little bit of trouble here. Alright, so, let's see here. Lap 49, we've seen quite a few drivers in the pits. Guy Schneider once again staying out. He last pitted on lap 34. The guys behind him, Jim Thorndike and Caden Henry Oaks, they have pitted on lap 48. So these are among the guys that have pitted, and it looked like they did a pretty good job there coming out first. Let's see if we can figure out if we had a lucky dog. Could be the 26. Could be the 26. That is your lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI. And as said, I'm not 100% sure if that was him, but it looked to me like it was. All right, a little bit of a breather here for us with Superior Templating LLC. Guy Schneider also currently your hardest charger, but Jim Thorndike in the number 13, who is in second, equals him there on 22 positions gained since the start of the race. And actually Jason Nicholas and Jason Kratke further back in the field are equaling that as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of guessing that whoever's highest up in the standings will get the award if it's equal at the end of the race. Again, folks, that award is handed out at the end of the race. The DXP Frontman Award is handed out at the end of the season. And Guy Schneider obviously currently also leading some laps, so scoring some for that DXP award. It looks to me like these graphics are interfering a little bit with your broadcast here, so we'll be a little bit careful with that. Pace car lights are out, folks. A huge field passing that camera there. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 51. That means that most of these drivers that pitted at lap 48, they should be able to make it to the end of the stage to lap 70 without any major problems. I would say that it's a little bit close call for Guy Schneider. He last pitted on lap 34. He is the front man at this point, so he gets to start. And last time we saw him get into the wall there a little bit, and again, making sure that nobody was hurt by that. He kept steering it into the wall, and I commend him for that. That is good sportsmanship. Making sure that he doesn't tear up the entire field. And we're back to racing. Guy Schneider pulls away a little bit. Jimmy Thorndike there in second place. Tommy Ryan and Caden Henry Oaks side by side for third. Then it's Avery Wilson and Brian Fallon. Tommy Ryan pushing into third now. Side by side racing. It looks like Thorndike is going to push into the inside there, going for the lead. Oh, the 19 making it 3 wide coming into the tri-oval there. Hard racing already. Guy Schneider hanging on to that lead. Ooh, the 19 almost washes up there, touching that, getting 2 wheels below that blue line. Got to be careful with that, guys. Tommy Ryan now picks up the lead from Guy Schneider. Guy Schneider close behind him and a little bit of a gap to Brian Fallon and Avery Wilson. A little bit of shuffling going on back here, it looks like. The 13 of Thorndike dropped back to that second group. Justin Gahn is in that group. Boy. I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a slow car there, the 26. The 07 is on the brakes to avoid running into him, and then there's another car that just doesn't see it. I'm not sure who that was. That was a little bit of a weird incident there, folks. Thorndike heading for pit road. Michael Schroeder, that looked to me that maybe that was the car that ran into that other one. Not really sure. The 15 looks like he's going around. That is most likely our lucky dog. Jason Branch on pit road there. And let's see, that is Rittenberg also on pit road. There's Jason, and it looks like Jason, not sure what the deal is here. Is he going back out? He's having that car being worked on. There he goes. He's going back out before the field reaches him and put him down another lap. He's still on the lead lap if I see that correctly. Jeremy Rittenberg still on pit road. So is Michael Shore. Guys are probably out of fast repairs. Chris Scala is still running in that 15 car, but that's about all you can call it. And Douglas on pit road, I believe he's been there for a while. He's 12 laps down. Tommy Ryan is your leader. And currently Scott Wise is our hard charger, the R&R Hard Charger Award. He is 23 spots up from the start. And it gives us a little breather once again with Superior Templating LLC. I'm gonna go a little easy on those graphics because I have the feeling they are interfering with iRacing at the moment. I have no idea why that would happen. Never happened to me before. So we'll see how it works out here tonight. And it looks like the lights on the truck have gone out, if I see that right. We're going to start lining them up. Tommy Ryan is your leader. Guy Snyder on the outside of him. Then it's Avery Wilson. Actually, Guy Snyder, was he the leader? I'm not sure. Brian Fallon is on the inside there of the second row with Avery Wilson alongside him. Then it's Caden Henry Oakes and Travis McDaniel in the 25 there in the third row on the outside. Travis has brought that car up forward quite a bit, 16 positions up from the start. So he is doing a good job here. Jason Branch is still running. He's 36th. Casey Duncan back in 14th. There we go, running once again.
Green, green, green.
I can't help but think that the 6 and the 08 are teammates and work together on the radio there as synchronized as they got this thing going. That is Tommy Ryan and Brian Fallon. Yeah, they are teammates. They are in the Unacceptable Motorsports team. So that was a very well coordinated restart there, and it gives them quite a jump on the rest of the guys. Although I still think that those guys will close that gap. The draft will help them with that. Avery Wilson leading that group with Guy Snyder on the outside, then the 19 of Caden Henry Oaks. Then it is Travis McDaniel and the 800 of Barrett Flo and the 77 of Andrew Moore. Tommy Ryan and Brian Fallon working together there at the top of the field. Travis McDaniel mixing himself forward now. Going to the inside of Henry Oaks. And it looks to me like they're having a little bit of trouble catching up with these two leaders. It's about a half a second between there. It looks like those guys can keep that up. Avery Wilson, it stays about the same. Travis McDaniel giving Caden a hard time there, and Barrett Flo was mixing himself up in there in that 800 car. Avery Wilson not really gaining anything on Brian Fallon. 0.6 of a second. That was a pretty well-organized restart for those guys. I will give them that. There you're looking at Travis McDaniel, the number 25 driver. It looks like they're reeling them in little by little. It's now back to 0.3 of a second. Lap number 66, so we're getting close to that stage. Oh, man. Ugh. That looks like Dolliver. That is Dolliver. Let's go see what set this all in motion here. Yeah, that's Miraz. That gives him just a little bit of a tap. And then David has no control over that car. He tries really hard to save it, but he just can't re-control it. Very, very, very unfortunate. Well, I hope he still has a possibility for repairs there. There you have it, back under yellow. McDaniel heading for pit road a few laps before the stage is over, because that's going to happen on lap 70. We're not even going green before that, so he may be outside of the points and maybe thinking, okay, it's not going to happen anyway. Snyder into the pits. Well, that doesn't surprise me. He was close on fuel. We got, well, let's see, Mraz is in the pits. Pretty much the entire bottom of the field is on pit road here. Mraz coming back out. Gerwitz. Milkowicz, I'm sorry. And it looks like the number 93 was our lucky dog. There you have him. Lucky Dog Award going to Andy Kochalova. Tommy Ryan is your leader, getting some points for the DXP Frontman Award, obviously. And let's see, our hardest charger currently looks like that is Scott Wise for the Hard Charger Award, sponsored by R&R Enterprises. And I'm going to let those graphics go a little bit. I apologize for that, but it looks like those graphics are the ones that are interfering with the iRacing software at this point, so there's no way for me to reload those things. Scott Wise, a hard charger, and then obviously Superior Templating, our sponsor for the yellow flag, gives us the opportunity to take a breath. And we acknowledge also Misfit Media, the sponsor of the Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series, and Schneider Lubricants for sponsoring the race. Lap number 69, and I can't really tell if the lights on the pace car are out. They are not. So we're going to finish, well, actually we should go racing at the end of lap 70. Well, that basically means that Tommy Ryan is going to be picking up that second stage win here. Yep, lights on the pace car are going out, so Tommy Ryan, we're going to get the green flag going into lap 71, but that means that Tommy Ryan is going to pick up that stage win here on lap 70. Tommy is opting for the outside line there. Car still looks clean. He's been taking care of it. Brian Fallon there. And I'm sure they're going to try and pull a similar kind of stunt. I will say that was good coordination. Be on the radio with each other. Wilson and Caden Henry Oaks will do their best, obviously, to respond as quickly as possible. 800 there, the Caterpillar car, that is Barrett Flow. Pace cars in, folks. There you have it. Another coordinated green start for Tommy Ryan and Brian Fallon. They're going over the line 1 and 2. Excuse me, losing my voice. But this time they don't get to pull the same kind of distance on Wilson as they did the last time. Wilson is right there with them, with Caden Henry Oaks in 4th, Barrett Flo in 5th, and Andrew Moore in 6th. Jeff Ryan up there in the iRacing livery in the number 3 car. 12 spots up from the start for him. Scott Wise here working his way forward steadily, it looks like. He's in 12th position. Schroeder there in the 63 car coming to the inside. There is Schroeder. I'm not sure if it's Schroeder or Schroeder. Mraz in the 28 coming with him. Travis McDaniel after his pit stop running with these guys just outside the top 10. Scott Wise leading that bunch there. Now being overtaken by Andrew Mraz. Brian Fallon has picked up the lead from Tommy Ryan. Those guys have been working together pretty good. And it's Avery Wilson coming to the inside now for 2nd position. We're looking at an issue for Randy Bledsoe, and he's dropping down the order pretty hard. Let's go see what happened to him. We're not going yellow at this point. Bledsoe in the 81 gets a little tap from Mraz. That's the 2nd time we see Mraz doing that.
Caution, yellow flag.
And ultimately the yellow flag does come out. And it is actually for this incident because the 81 goes on track there being very slow. And that means that iRacing will throw the yellow anyway. Let's take another look at that, folks. The 81 and the 28 of Mraz coming up behind him. Getting a little tap from the 28 there, and I just don't think that is necessary. And it's Brian Fallon, and it has the lead currently. Let's see if we can find out if we have a lucky dog. And all coming down pit road. They all last pitted on, I believe it was lap 48, so yeah, they're about due for this. It's not going to take them to the end. It looks like Travis McDaniel and Guy Schneider, who pitted on 67, are staying out. There he is. There's your lucky dog flying by there. That is Jeremy Rittenberg. He picks up the SFI Lucky Dog Award. See if we're having more luck with these graphics. Nope. Alright, so Travis McDaniel is going to pick up some lap points for the DXP Frontman Award. The hard charger at this point, let's see, it is pretty, we've got a lot of people doing really well right now. Especially the guys that have not pitted. Obviously, they're going to move up to the front. The hard charger at this point is Andy Kochelova in the number 93 car, 31 spots up from his start for the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. And more people going down pit road here. Kenny McCullough, Randy Yoakum, Rainville is in the pits, Scala still running. David Dolliver, I'm not sure if he's been out since his last issue. Michael Shore, same thing. Excuse me, and Ryan Douglas has been sitting idle for quite some time. All right, under yellow, taking a breather with the Superior Templating LLC yellow flag. And you can hear Travis very low on revs on that engine. He's actually pushing the clutch to let it idle. That is a way for them to save fuel. And he's probably also got it in 4th gear, even though they're not going very fast. There's no point in burning your fuel during yellows. So any trick in the book that they can find to save some fuel is they'll try anything. They'll try anything to save fuel. We're on lap 77 of 130. We're at least one more pit stop away from the finish. There's no way that anybody can make it to the end right now. Lights on the truck are out again. We're getting ready to go back to racing here at the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League trucks on Friday night. We are currently running the Schneider Lubricants 195, 130 laps. We are on going green on lap 79. Quiet on pit road. Looks to me like the guys that are still there are either having extensive damage repaired or they're just sitting there and watching the race. Schneider and McDaniel not having pitted on this final yellow opportunity. And pretty much the first 10, 11 drivers, Jason Branch in 11th, they have not pitted on this last yellow. There we go. Travis McDaniel hits the gas, pulls away from Guy Schneider there on the outside. It's Aaron Gerwich in the 09 in 3rd position. Byron McDonald in the 35, way up there in 4th. We've seen him in trouble in the first part of the race. He was the yellow dog, I believe the first one we ever had in this race, and now he's up there in 4th position. Ryan Branshaw in 5th, with Jim Thorndike in 6th, Jeff Figlin in 7th, Ryan Nicoletta. Haven't seen much of him yet, but he's up there in the 59. Andrew Mraz in the 28 car, and Kochalova is the 10th driver. Kochalova 31 spots up from the beginning, so he is currently doing really well for that Hard Charger award. Travis McDaniel and Guy Schneider, 1 and 2. Gerwitz in 3rd, and then a little bit of a gap to Byron McDonald. About a half a second. Jimmy Thorndike. And then Jeff Figlin, Ryan Branshaw, the 28 there, that's Andrew Mraz.
Yellow flag.
Ooh. Let's go find what's going on. The 41, folks. That is Kevin Nicoletta in trouble there. Let's go see what we can find out. Oh. 39 running into him there, scraping the wall, losing control of that car, then slow. And I'm terribly sorry, but the people that are running behind him there, they should have paid a little bit better attention. Sometimes there's a slow car on the track, folks. Ooh, and Nicoletta there is in major trouble. Scott Wise is coming down pit road. It looks like he had some engine trouble there, hitting that spinning car. So he's on pit road. Hopefully he still has that fast repair. I'm not sure. It does look like it, like he does have it. And there he's going to get some new tires. And who else have we got? Kevin Nicoletta obviously on pit road himself, waiting for the tow to expire. See if we can figure out who the Jim Thorndike coming down pit road. Andy Kochalova coming down pit road. Brad Ellison. So got a couple of guys coming down pit road. Ooh, Ellison looks pretty beat up there on the back end in that custom paints and die casts car. Actually, the 303. I like how he did that to with his number. And it looks like the number 60, folks. That is your hard charger. That is Brian Rainville. I'm sorry, hard charger. That is your lucky dog. Your SFI lucky dog is Brian Rainville. Travis McDaniel, your leader, so he is picking up more points for that DXP Frontman Award. And again, we are enjoying taking a breather with Superior Templating LLC, the Yellow Flag. They sponsor the Yellow Flag. We appreciate their support. And it looks like currently Jeff Figlin is your R&R Enterprises hard charger at this point, 32 spots up. Well, let's see if we can find out how Scott Wise was doing. He's still on pit road. I don't believe he's going to be coming back out. That fast repair may have been used up. And it looked like he blew the engine there. And, ooh, Kevin Nicoletta did have a fast repair. As you can tell, that truck is looking pretty shiny and new again. So he's back out on his way. And doesn't look like Scott Wise is going to be moving anymore. We'll keep an eye on it. There we go, folks. The lights on the pace car are out. We're going to go back to racing, entering lap 87 of 130. Again, whoever pitted, it is still not enough to make it to the end. Travis McDaniel leads the pack there with Aaron Gerwitz going to be on his outside. Guy Schneider, Byron McDonald on the second row. Byron has a little bit of damage on the right rear of that car. Andrew Mraz, he is alongside Jeff Figlin there on that third row. And then it's Branshaw and Tommy Ryan. Pace truck is in, folks. There we
Green
go.
flag, green flag.
McDaniel is on the gas, pulling away from the guys in pursuit there. Gerwitz on the outside, Schneider on the inside, moving himself into the second position. Andrew Mraz has a very good start there, pushing himself into third position. There you have him on the outside of Schneider. Schneider hanging on. Gerwitz behind him. And there we see Mirage swinging around the outside. Good momentum there. Picks up second position on the backstretch, going after Travis McDaniel. Schneider and Gerwitz doing it all over again. Then it's Tommy Ryan and Jeff Figlin. Big group of cars here. The 08 of Fallen is there. Let's go to Andrew Mraz here. He is going after the leader, Travis McDaniel. Oh!
Caution, yellow flag.
Let's go see what happens here, folks. Tommy Ryan coming to the inside of Andrew Mraz, and, well, it kind of looked like netcode to me, but it's a little hard to tell. Let's see if we can tell from the top. No, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm not 100% sure if they actually touched or if it was netcode, but it is a big mess. And it looks like the 28 is smoking like a chimney. Not good, not good. Tommy Ryan down the pit road. He still had his faster pair. Lucky for him, because he also had that engine smoking. Mike Perry down pit road smoking. Let's see if he has a faster pair left. Yeah, he does. Milkovich. No, I don't think he has. Brian Fallen was involved there as well, also pretty badly beaten up there. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's go and check some more on the top of the leaderboard there. We have a bunch of guys pitting. I'm not sure if we have a lucky dog there. The 33 and the 2 seem to be going around, but I am not 100% sure if that's because they are waved around. Whoops. That looks to be like a lucky dog. That's the number 16 of Brian Rainville. He is the SFI lucky dog. And McDaniel is your leader, picking up a lot more points now for the DXP Frontman Award. And once again, folks, we are looking to see the hard charger. Looks like that is Andy Kochalova still, with 35 spots up for the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. Good job for him. We're looking at Jason Branch down pit road. Car doesn't look too bad. Getting some tires. And I don't believe we have seen Scott back out here. He has been put 9 laps down now, so I'm pretty sure that's 9 laps he spent down there in pit road. We have Brad Allison. Yep, faster pair left. Good job, good job. Good for him. Rainville back down on pit road. Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend, hasn't had a very lucky night tonight either. Let's see if he can still get that car fixed. Oh, it doesn't look like he still has that fast repair. Schroeder coming back out. Front end of that car is still a bit bent up. Jason Branch going back out. All right. Another breather with Superior Templating LLC. I apologize for the graphics, but they seem to be interfering with iRacing at this point, so we'll need to figure out what's going on there after the broadcast. We once again acknowledge Misfit Media sponsorship for the Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday nights. And we are currently on lap 93 of the Snyder Lubricants 195 here at Charlotte, North Carolina. Lights on the truck are out, folks, so that means we're going to go back to green flag racing on lap 94. A lot of these same guys are running the B cars on Sunday night, folks. So if you're interested, we're gonna go to Atlanta, and the other series on Sunday night starts at what is it? 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Travis McDaniel hits the gas. We're back at racing here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Avery Wilson in second place. Matt Miller in the 78. He is in third position. And having started with the heat race in the back of the pack, I think Miller's doing a pretty good job there. Ooh, Travis McDaniel and Avery Wilson.
Caution, yellow flag.
We're getting a little racy there together, and once again we have a caution, folks. That is the 202 of, let me see, Jason Nicholas. And I'm not 100% sure who it was that tapped him around, but that looked to me like he did that to himself, coming down on Gahn. But well, let's double check it one more time, folks. The 30 of Gahn. Well, I'm not sure if he really came down. It's just kind of, they're just very, very close together there. They should just allow for a little bit more room, folks. Nicholas into 202 on pit road, obviously. Probably took that tow, nothing happening just yet. Gahn coming down pit road. Where is he? Justin Gahn. Doesn't look too bad. A little bit of damage on that right front, but he didn't really spin around. Tommy Ryan coming down pit road. Tommy dropped back a little bit there to outside the top 15. Once again, Jason Branch on pit road again. Looks like he had a little extra tap in the back there that he didn't have before. Jason Nicholas still waiting. Randy Yoakum back on his way out. Back end still pretty beat up. And Kevin Not sure if Kevin's been out. Yeah, he's been out. Spending quite some time here. Alright, it looks like the 03 is our lucky dog. That is Kenny McCullough picking up the SFI Lucky Dog Award here. Travis McDaniel adding more points to his DXP Frontman Award. He's been leading for some time already. And once again, folks, we get to take a breather with the Superior Templating LLC yellow flag. Kochilova still our hard charger for the R&R Enterprises Award. 35 spots up from the start. Good job for Andy. Let's see who else we can find. Guy Schneider there in 11th position. Casey Duncan, haven't seen much of him, but he's hanging in that top 15 pretty much the entire race. Mraz back running in 14th. Car doesn't look too bad. Maybe he used that fast repair now. Ryan Branshaw, 16th. Mike Perry, our defending champion. He's been in the midfield most of the race as far as I can remember. I haven't seen him up front except for maybe once. Jason Branch. Justin Gahn, last week's winner. Looks like he is back on his way. Jordan Berry on pit road. Kevin Nicoletta is coming back out. That's good news. Rittenberg. Rittenberg is out. Milkovich is out. Flo is out. Nicholas has called it a night. I can't really blame him. Lap 97. And that means that if we have enough yellows, there might be guys that make it on fuel, but I'm fairly sure we'll see most of them back on pit road. Let's not forget, folks, yellows breed yellows. We've seen that tonight. It's a big group of drivers. Well, that'll get you motion sickness. All right, ready to go. Travis McDaniel, there he goes, hits the gas. Looks like Avery Wilson was paying attention, and so was Matt Miller. The 13 there of Jim Thorndike pushing forward in 4th position. Randy Bledsoe in the 81 is in 5th. That's the dark car there. You've seen him in trouble before. Andrew Moore and Guy Schneider, teammates in the Gulf liveries, they're still both up there. The 93 of Kochilova in 9th position currently. Avery Wilson picks up the lead from Travis McDaniel, but Travis McDaniel's coming right back at him there. Matt Miller is right there in 3rd position. Ooh, once again, a little bit of left and right shuffling going on here. Lap 100. 30 more laps to go, folks. Travis McDaniel leading the pack here. Avery Wilson and Matt Miller challenging him. Ooh, Travis cutting across there. It's okay to do that if you're sure that you're clear. And obviously, folks, they all use spotters. Some drivers actually have real life spotters, a friend or a buddy that'll take care of them that way. But if they don't have that, then obviously iRacing has its own spotter, and there's also a bunch of third-party spotter packages available. Travis McDaniel hanging on to that lead here in front of Avery Wilson. A bunch of guys in the back.
Caution, yellow flag.
Let's go find out what's going on here. Well, that looked like the 50 car was involved. Let's see if we can quickly find out who that was. Anthony Handley was involved there as well. And it looks like it started there. Let's widen that angle a little bit. It looks like it got started with the 16 brushing the wall. He's right ahead of these guys. There you see him bouncing. Then the 59 has to hit the brakes and loses control doing so. Takes out the 4, then nobody has any idea what's going on. Nobody hits the brakes, and that just adds to the injury. All right. And now we're looking at all the leaders coming down pit road. And that makes sense, obviously, because we are less than 30 laps away from the finish. If this would go green all the way to the end, which I doubt it will, that would mean that we could make it on fuel. The fuel window is anywhere from 27 to 30 laps. So given the fact that we'll probably be doing some running under yellow anyway, it means that anybody that has been here now can make it to the end. Staying out is Aaron Gerwitz and Andy Kochilova, Jason Branch, and they pitted last. Oh, we have a yellow. We have a lucky dog going around. That is Kevin Nicoletta in the 41. He is your SFI lucky dog, coming around the field and picking back up a little bit of his deficit there on the leaders. So I was trying to explain that Gerwitz pitted last on lap 90, so he's not ever going to make it. No matter, we're going to need a lot of yellows if he wants to make it on fuel. Andy Kochilova has last pitted on lap 83. So that is definitely out of the question. Jason Branch has pitted last on lap 95. Now there's somebody that I would say is close. Lap 95, we've been doing quite a bit of yellows, and we probably still will have some more yellows before this thing is done. So Jason Branch might be somebody that could make it on fuel. Is he getting a wave round? No, he's just going back to his position, it looks like. So he might make it. All right, hard charger at this point is still Andy Kochilova for the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. Currently in second position, 39 spots up from the start. Jason Branch, down there on the bottom, and he might be rethinking and going down the pit road after all. That would be somewhat costly. There's more drivers going down on that apron there. Not really sure what the reasoning for that is, other than that you just want to stay out of trouble maybe, but Travis McDaniel in fourth. He has been in pit road, and he came back out as the first driver of all of those guys that have been on pit road on lap 104. Avery Wilson behind him, Andrew Moore, Matt Miller, Thorndike, Duncan. Duncan is not doing bad. He's still hanging on to that top 10, top 15 spot. Schneider, Mraz is in 11th now. Pitted also on lap 104. So all these guys looking good for a finish on the fuel that they have. There we see, what is that, the number 27? Eric Ransley, I'm sorry. And it looks like the lights are off, and we're going to go racing again on lap 108. And Aaron Gurwitz in the 09 car is your leader, with Andy Kochilova in the 93 alongside him, Jason Branch and Travis McDaniel on that second row. Seems to be some confusion on going side by side. It's actually Avery Wilson that was ahead of Travis. May have been a little misunderstanding between the boys there. All right, pace truck is in. There we go. Gurwitz is on the gas. Gets a good run on Branch there. Branch is dropping to fourth. Kochilova in second with Avery Wilson right behind him. Ay. Driver on the apron there. That looked like it was Jason Branch coming on the apron. Dropping back through the field. Kochilova going high. Avery Wilson picks up second position. Travis McDaniel there in fourth with Matt Miller behind him. And Avery Wilson has actually passed Gurwitz. Gurwitz now being passed by Travis McDaniel as well. Andrew Mraz reclaiming that fastest lap in the race, 29.88. Wilson being challenged by McDaniel. Looks like Gurwitz is finding out that older tires isn't working, and he is kind of being reeled in by the guys that have pitted. Mraz now in fourth. Travis has picked up the lead from Avery. Andrew Mraz coming to the inside for third position, takes it away from Matt Miller. Travis McDaniel up 20 positions from the start, leading the race. He's led a lot of laps here tonight, so he's really doing good work for his DXP Frontman Award points. Again, that is an award that's going to be handed out at the end of the season for whoever led the most laps during the season. But obviously, we're going to keep an eye on that every race. It'll be fun to keep an eye on who leads that during the season. Lap 113. Looks like Travis McDaniel seems to be pulling away a little bit from Avery Wilson. And it is 4 drivers up top that have already pitted. The first one that hadn't pitted on that last yellow flag was Aaron Gurwitz, and he's currently running in 5th. There is Aaron in that 09 car. Last pitted on lap 90. And wouldn't it be his bad luck if there was no more yellows until we get to the finish, and then he's going to have to make a green flag pit stop. Kochalova dropping. Oh, talk about yellows.
Caution, yellow flag.
Let's bring that back a little bit further. A little bit of, actually 3-wide racing going on here. Little touch to the Dunkin' Donuts car of Casey Duncan. And then the 98 of Figley can't escape what's going on. Oh, Andrew Moore running into that. Oh. Kochalova's car smoking. Mike Perry on pit road. Not sure if he was involved, but it may have been. Kochalova obviously no choice but to come in. Travis McDaniel up front there. Let's go and find out. And let's see, we have a bunch more on pit road. Handley, McDonald, Nicoletta. Oh, Nicoletta not looking good. Kratky, Brian Fallon, Randy Yoakum. Lot of damaged cars, folks. And in case we need to, we have 2 green-white checkers that we can do if we have yellows right before the finish. There we have our lucky dog. That is the number 63 of Michael Schroeder from Australia. He is our SFI lucky dog. Well, that went without a hiccup, so maybe it sorted itself out. All right, folks, let's see. Our hardest charger at this point looks to me like that is Matt Miller. He is our R&R Enterprises hard charger. And taking a breather with Superior Templating LLC during the yellow flag, lap 118. Alright, folks, we're watching the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday night here. We are at Charlotte in North Carolina for the Schneider Lubricants 195. 130 laps. We are getting close to the end here. We are currently on lap 118, and it looks to me like we're going to be going racing by lap 120. And I guess we are going to have to conclude that just like the B cars last Sunday, we've had quite a few yellows, and to be frank with you, it looks to me like it's not easy for these guys to be a little bit more patient now and again. And don't get me wrong, I love hard race, and I like hard racing, but we should be able to do this with a little bit more green flag laps. Looks like the lights on the pace car have gone out. We're going to be lining them up here. Travis McDaniel in the front. We'll have 11 laps to the finish. So let's see if we can do that in one green flag stint. All right, pace truck is down in pit road. Travis, there he goes.
Green.
On the gas, Avery Wilson with him. You would almost think that was a coordinated attempt there as well. I'm not sure if they're on the same team. The 28 of Andrew Mraz following in third position there. Already close behind the 2 leaders side by side. Andrew Mraz. Are you going to make it 3 wide? Be careful, my friend. And it looks like Caden Henry Oaks in 4th position is coming along with these guys. Tommy Ryan is there. Matt Miller, Jeff Ryan. So 2 brothers there in the top 7. Jim Thornbike in 8th. It looks like he has about a half a second to make up there. Avery Wilson and Travis McDaniel still side by side here. And Andrew Mraz is trying to work his way in there. 10 laps to go, folks. 9 when they cross the line. Andrew Mraz now behind the number 1 car on that outside. Avery Wilson keeps the lead. It is Jim Thorndike that is currently improving the fastest lap time of the race in 8th position. Wilson still with Travis Daniel. Mraz now back in 3rd.
The yellow flag is out.
Let's go find out what's going on. It looks like the number 3 is involved here. Let's go and bring that back a little. Oh, the number 3 gets into Matt Miller. That's Jeff Ryan. Yep. Let's show you that one more time, a little bit further back, folks. I really hate to be saying this, but if you touch somebody that far on the back of that left rear fender, that is just not necessary. All right, the quiet before the storm, I would suppose. A lot of guys in the midfield going down pit road. Casey Duncan, Andrew Moore, Branshaw, Schroeder, they are all on pit road there for that final. Well, there's some more there. Guy Snyder is already on pit road. Kochalova, we've seen him standing there. Handley, McDonald, Nicoletta, those guys have been standing still for quite some time, I believe. Brian Fallon, Randy Yoakum, yeah, those are really not in the race anymore. It looks like Andrew Moore, he could probably still go. Looks like we have a lucky dog. That is the number 51. Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend. He is our SFI lucky dog. Looks like our hard charger for R&R Enterprises currently is Matt Miller. 29 laps places up from the start, but he's tied there with Brian Rainville as far as that is concerned. Brian Rainville is also 29 laps up. All right, another breather before we go and take this thing to the finish line, hopefully, with Superior Templating LLC. Check out on Andrew Moore, who is back on pit road again. Hopefully getting some more repairs on that car. His chances for a high finish are very slim, obviously. He's in 17th position. I'm sorry, he's in 16th position. He is still on the lead lap, so he would want to try to keep it that way. Otherwise, you're completely out of contention, obviously. Jeff Ryan looks like he's not going anywhere anymore. And as far as I can see right now, those two guys in the lead, Travis McDaniel and Avery Wilson, are not on the same team as far as I can see. Lights on the pace car are back out, folks. Lap 127, we're going to go back to racing. That means 4 laps to the finish. That number 19 of Caden Henry Oaks has been a good, consistent runner up there in the top 5 to top 10 all night long. Avery Wilson early on the gas, folks, pulling away here from Andrew Mraz and Travis McDaniel. Andrew Mraz picking up 2nd position on the inside of McDaniel right away. Then it's Caden Henry Oaks already coming alongside the 25 as well, pushing McDaniel in 4th position. Let's See how this is going to play out here, folks. Avery Wilson in the lead with a hard-charging Andrew Mraz in second, and Caden Henry Oakes in that 19 car pushes himself into top three. Travis McDaniel in fourth with Jim Thorndike on his rear bumper. On the front bumper of Mraz. And looking back as well, a little bit of shuffling going on back here. Looks like Thorndike coming strong on the bottom of McDaniel there. Avery Wilson hanging on to that lead by about a car length. That is, oh, there it goes wrong again. That is Travis McDaniel going around, and it looks like he doesn't get hit by anybody else. Let's see what initiated this. I don't know if they touched. If that was caused by another car, it was netcode for sure. Maybe he just overdid it a little bit himself there. I'm not sure what the cause of that was. It looked to me like it was netcode. Alright, that brings us back under yellow, folks. That means we're going to be doing a green, white, checkered, and as said, we're doing a maximum of 2 of those. Wilson there in the lead, dropping back behind the pace car. Mraz in second. Caden Henry Oakes in third. He's been doing a phenomenal job here tonight in that discount tire car. Gerwitz going down pit road. Andrew Moore and Travis McDaniel, well, that makes sense. Although it doesn't look too bad, but he's probably thinking, I burnt those tires up too much. I might as well get another set if I still have one. Yep, that's what he's doing. He's looking for tires. There we have Jordan Berry. We have a lucky dog up front there. That is the number 27 of Eric Ransley from New York City. Lucky dog. He is your SFI lucky dog. And obviously, Avery Wilson been leading a few laps here, adding some points to his DXP Frontman Award aspirations. And we'll go and take a look at our Hard Charger award here. That is going to be Brian Rainville, your R&R Enterprises Hard Charger, currently in the hands of the number 60 driver, Brian Rainville. And, of course, it is time for us to take a breather with Superior Templating LLC under our caution. What we would hope to be the final caution of the day. We're going to do a green, white, checkered. And the lights are not out yet, so we can take a look at, well, Casey Duncan down pit road here. Moore is once again coming down pit road. I'm kind of thinking they're in positions where it really doesn't matter all that much anymore. They can spend some time fixing that car. Wilson leading. Let's go a little bit further back here. In sixth position behind Tommy Ryan is Dominic Capalupo. Haven't seen him up front this far very much. Matt Miller in 7th. Randy Bledsoe worked his way back up there to 8th. Brian Rainville in 9th. Ryan Branshaw doing good there. Schroeder in 11th, Jason Branch in 12th, Jordan Berry in 13th, and Aaron Gerwitz is in 14th position. All right, lights on the pace car are out. We are getting ready for a green, white, checkered. 2 laps to settle this thing. There we go, folks. We are back on the road. Avery Wilson jumps in the lead, pulling a couple of car lengths there on Andrew Mraz. Mraz being followed by Caden Henry Oakes in 3rd position, Jim Thorndike in 4th, Tommy Ryan in 5th. Let's focus on the lead here. Andrew Mraz already charging hard there, coming to the inside on turn 3, sticking that nose in there for the leading position, touching. And he's backing off a little bit there. It looks like Avery Wilson still hangs on to that lead. Mraz is charging hard for that inside there. We are on the final lap. Oh my goodness. It's going bad again. Looks like Caden Henry Oakes got shuffled out. Avery Wilson is in the front with Andrew Mraz a couple of car lengths. Dominic Capilupo in the 11th car is in 3rd. Touched just with the Bledsoe there. Avery Wilson picks up the win. Andrew Mraz is 2nd, and Dominic Capilupo is in 3rd position. That is somewhat of a surprise finish for Dominic Capilupo in the 3rd spot here. Your hard charger for this race will be Brian Rainville. He picks up the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award with 32 spots up from the start. Good job for him. He's been hanging on all race long pretty much. All right, folks, the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday night coming to a conclusion here at Charlotte with Snyder Lubricants sponsoring this race. We appreciate their sponsorship. Avery Wilson burning some donuts here. Well-deserved win for him. Let's see if we can smoke some. All right. Looks like he's Burn some rubber here. Avery Wilson, your race winner. I'm trying to find the drivers that I can't seem to be moving anybody into my room here. And I can't actually see any of them. So if they want me to talk to them, they better move themselves over here. We'll give that a little bit of a wait. I'm not sure what's going on with the Discord channels here, but I don't see anybody. Well, I'm sorry, folks. Nobody is coming towards me, and I can't find anybody, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. We'll give it a few minutes, and meanwhile, we will put the results on the screen here for you. We can get that figured out. There you have the full results. Avery Wilson, your winner. Andrew Mraz in second place. Dominic Capalupo surprisingly there in third. We really haven't seen that much of him. He's just been running his laps in midfield and top 15 area. That is kind of where he was hanging out. I was kind of hoping to talk to him, but like I said, I can't find anybody, and I am not sure what is happening. I can't even see the teams. Kind of trying to move myself around a little bit here, but no, I can't find anybody. All right, so our top three: Wilson, Mraz, and Capalupo. I apologize for the lack of interviews here, but like I said, I cannot find anybody on Discord here, so I'm not sure what is happening with that. But we'll get that figured out for next time for sure. I'll have to talk to the admins there about that. So in fourth place, Randy Bledsoe in the 81 looked like he also not much visible in most of the race, but he's been hanging in there in that top 10 for a lot of the time. Tommy Ryan started from your pole, finishes up in fifth position. Then Matt Miller. And it looks like Matt Miller gained 30 spots from the start, so he's been charging pretty hard. But Brian Rainville in seventh is the hard charger, as said, with 32 positions up. Then Ryan Branshaw, Aaron Gurwitch, Andrew Moore, a little bit of trouble there at the end. Jason Branch worked his way forward throughout the entire race, not free of problems, but ultimately the 11th spot I think is something he will be happy with. And then we have Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend, back on the lead lap thanks to a lucky dog situation in 12th position. Casey Duncan in 13th. Caden Henry Oaks there at the end got shuffled out. I didn't really fully see what happened to him, but I do believe there was a bit of touching going on there between the guys, and he got pushed back to the 14th spot, one lap down from the leaders. Then it's Jim Thorndike, and it may have been actually those two being together because Jim was up there as well. Michael Schroeder in 16th, Eric Ransley in 17th, Kevin Nicoletta in 18th. Let's move on a little bit here. Oops, that's too far. 19th is Travis McDaniel. Also looked like he got shuffled. Oh, he was in that earlier incident. I'm sorry. Brad Allison in 20th. Jeff Ryan, Jeff Figlin, Mike Perry, our defending champion, in 23rd position, 20 laps down. As you can see from there on down, folks, a lot of people with more than 10 laps down, and it looked to me like, at least some 10 to 15 drivers there just simply unable to decently finish this race. We have had a lot of yellows, folks, and a little bit unfortunate. I think some of it can be attributed to the field being very full, and that's a good thing in itself, obviously. But it sometimes also leads a little bit to overdoing it a little bit. Lack of patience in some situations, I believe, was part of this, and it's something that they will need to address, I believe, in the league, in their drivers' meetings, on their forums, on their Facebook page. I think they can do better. Last season, the Blown Piston Truck Series was extremely competitive as well. The fields were not quite this full, but we had a lot more green flag racing in the first season. Maybe it was the tracks, these first two tracks, this Charlotte track was a bit of a problem for the B cars last Sunday as well, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I do think that it needs to be addressed within the series, and see if we can do a little bit better there. For example, if we look at we went green with 4 laps to go, and we couldn't do that without a yellow in there, and to me that just doesn't seem necessary. As I indicated at one point. If your right front touches somebody's left rear light and you're spinning him around, and that causes him to spin around, that is not necessary. That is a matter of lifting, and you should be willing to do that. You have to realize you can't go through somebody else. You got to race them fair and square. You can't go through them. So hopefully they'll get it all worked out. I know that the admins are on top of stuff. They want to work it out, and I think the drivers do too. And the flip side of it is something I will acknowledge as well. It is hard racing. We all want to do well, and you can't keep it all from happening. Stuff happens. It's just that is part of it, but I think we can do better than what we see in here tonight. All in all, if you add it up completely, the racing that we saw at times was very good. I mean, it is very close and competitive, so you don't want to lose that. Obviously, it's not like it's an entire disaster. That's absolutely not what I'm trying to say. All right, folks, your results are still on the screen, presented to you by Wise Choice Contracting, Windows and Doors Replacements. We acknowledge once again Misfit Media for sponsoring the series. We acknowledge Snyder Lubricants for sponsoring the race. I apologize for the fact that I cannot do any interviews right now. I have no idea why I can't see the drivers that I normally can just move from their team room to my room, but I just simply can't see them, so I apologize for that. Folks, this is Short Shift Broadcasting. My name is Mark. Next week, we're going to Gateway, a 1 mile paperclip shaped oval in St. Louis. Will be a totally different animal, obviously, than this one. We hope to see you there, folks. And until then, I hope you stay healthy and take care of one another.